In this lonely ass world, it's getting colder. I'm not going nowhere if I cannot take my boat there. My mind was bred a little different, yeah, from my own past. If I see heat, why the fuck would I wanna go there? Mama, I make you smile. Mama, your little nigga came from wildin'. Mama, always got in trouble, I was shouted. Mama, now I'm staring at shit. Mama, I'm the pilot. Mama, if I want something, I'ma go get it. Mama, swim with the sharks, piranhas, and fishes. Mama, it's so hard down here, God is my witness. Mama, I know where I'm going. Mama, I'm a fan. It's hard not knowing who is really gonna be there for me. I wish you could be here to see me the day I start touring. Shit be on my mind every second when I'm not recording. I'm waking up conversating with the Lord every morning. I mistakenly took the wrong path, I had to rewind. I fumbled trying to move too fast, I had to keep trying. Growing up I got in trouble, told myself to keep lying. So much stress be building up, swear I be needing me time.
Good morning to the DMV and the rest of the world. Excuse me for a second while I check my connectivity to YouTube. For some reason, it's not popping me up and not showing my show. And I'm trying to figure out what's going on with YouTube. Did they block me? I know they said I was suspended from Facebook for a little bit, but damn, YouTube blocked me too. What did I say or do yesterday to want them to block me? I cannot voice my own opinion or my own views. Let me see, hit the view on YouTube. I can't do that for myself. Okay. Okay. Now I can see it, but I cannot find it on my on when I go to link up my Tall Tale Thursdays so that I can share it with the rest of my folks. Oh my goodness, my special guest is here this morning. Lee, what up? What up, Lee?
Hey, I'm out here in these streets
In the mean
trying to
street.
drum up. I'm out here in these streets, trying to get up on this Mountain Dew kick.
You trying to give
Like
up
that
on
was
it or
real
give?
news. Like that was real news, you know? And
Like
now, but
that?
I'm out here in these streets. I'm looking around at some buildings here, like Patents and Trade Office, and look at these buildings here. And I was reading with the one eye that I do have, gazing at it anyway,
Okay.
about the lack of these buildings not being filled. You know, Biden had already said, get y'all asses back in the office.
Right.
But people aren't. A lot of those companies have dissolved them. You know, they've been dissolved. They're done. So I was listening at the reports of how some of these buildings in D.C. and Virginia and in Maryland is changing to residential. And a few
Really?
people had to move out of their buildings. They were talking about it, that they're gonna have to move out. Now I don't know if that's a tall tale, but it's a tale until it's true. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is definitely a tall tale. And the tale that they need the people need to know about. Dang.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few I read. I live right down here this way, but however, they were talking about the lack of rental. You know, the real estate is not good right now. Put it that way.
Right.
The real estate market is not good. and the owners are losing revenue, regardless if they are billionaires or millionaires, you know. But however, they're talking about turning some of this into residential. I can't say it's down here, down this way, but I do know DC because some of the employees have been talking about it. They didn't give me the actual building address, but they said they had to move. They, clear out because it's turning residential.
Now, I wonder, did that have anything to do with Section 8 being opening up? They said the 5,000 people low income are going to get assistance from the government. Do you think that has anything to do with that?
I don't want to assume, but you would think, because as I was going different places yesterday and today, when I was going to Type 5 on Tuesday.
Would you say is this in Alexandria? Because that's what the government was saying.
No, it's not just Alexandria. It's Alexandria. It's everywhere over the DMV area. When those buildings aren't being used and they lost enough revenue, then they turn them into residential. Now, what's crazy about that, and this is fact, I just can't say it verbatim how it goes. Anyone that has a portfolio with stocks that make them a landlord of whatever government building,
okay,
you can't have stock in it, and it's just like you're a landlord. So I don't know how those people is going to collect their money, because there's some have been doing it for decades, receiving $1,900 checks because you're the landlord of the White House, or you're the landlord of Constitution Hall, or you're the landlord of whatever. We all get it. We all could have gotten in it, but they didn't tell us about it until late. It come across the news, you can get into the program. We don't have that kind of money to even invest. So I wonder how this is going to play out with the people that's been getting this money for years. So economically, everybody is fucked and fried. I mean, screwed and fried, my bad.
Wow.
Low.
All right. I see another guest that popped in on the show with us, Lee. Hello.
Who we got?
Who we got?
Rodney from the Mentality Podcast.
Okay, Rodney. I know who you are, but introduce yourself to the people.
Hey, everybody, it's me, Rodney. I'm with Dad Mentality Podcast. I met you last week. You told me about your show. I was like, yeah, I want to come on and join the conversation.
Yes. Nice to have you, Rodney. Yes, this is Dad Mentality.
Nice meeting you, sir.
Look, we was talking about dads the other day.
Nice meeting you.
Yes.
Nice meeting everybody.
Yeah, I heard that conversation, man. I wish I could have joined. Unfortunately, I was working, but I did feel like you was right to go back to that conversation. That I think it's kind of cowardly if you haven't been there for 20 years and you come back and then you say it's up to the child. I really think that it's really up to you as the parent, no matter what, because the child didn't ask to be here to be in their life and try your best no matter what at all times, no matter how old they are.
Even if they're grown. I mean, look, good advice is always good advice at whatever age, but I didn't want to bring my female energy. I wanted the testosterone to flow, because I believe that that's a man-based question, man to man. Women, I don't have I have an opinion, but I don't have an idea of what men go through or what goes through their mind, at that stage, because my aunt asked me this question. She says, I'm gonna put it out there to the panel. This is Tall Tale Thursday. She said, do a man have a right to choose whether they want to be a parent or not? And if the woman go ahead and have the baby, should that exempt the father? She believes that women have the choice whether they want to be a parent or not, and that we throw babies on our men population. This is just her belief. But I look at it this way. I said it's both of their faults, both of the mother and the father, because it takes two to produce and get that baby here. And she's saying that a woman has the ultimate say not to give the cookies up, or the ultimate say to protect herself at all costs. You know, from having unwanted pregnancies or unwanted pregnancies. And I kind of differ. I understand what she's saying, you know, because you do have some females that will try to trap a guy, and then you do have some people that accidents happen. But that should not exempt, or that should not, a man should not want to be exempt from the child's life. You know,
Well, it happens so often because it's always been and always will be mama's baby, daddy's maybe. You know, that's just a rule. Unless this man is a man and can stand and know that he's standing on 2 feet. So it's always the woman's choice because she gets to ride, but it's the government choice now because you can't have an abortion.
Exactly. So there's no more.
Well, you can. We can write Coca-Cola and tell them to start the old Coca-Cola up again.
Rodney, you wasn't here on one of the shows. Lee said that the old way they used to get abortions or birth control, that the women used to take a Coca-Cola bottle, shake it up, and insert the phone, and that was supposed to be protection. Don't tell nobody that. They did not get that.
That's the old Coca. Wait, that's the old Coca-Cola. I don't know about the new Coca-Cola.
What you say, Rodney?
No, I was saying I've heard of a lot of different ways of birth control. That one's new. I've never heard that one.
Look, I would not advise nobody to do that.
Yeah, they used to use that in the whole house.
Oh, for real? So are you talking from experience, Lee, or are you talking from what you heard in the streets?
No, I used to dump the fish grease in the slop jar at the whole houses when I was a kid in Pittsburgh.
Okay, all right.
And the fish grease.
In Pittsburgh,
you can't have hoes without fish, fried fish.
I'm learning a lot of new stuff today.
I don't know what the hell she's talking about.
But let's go back to what you were saying, Reese, about that. I've heard that argument, the same argument that you're talking about that it should be the men should have a choice as well. I'm a firm believer as a person who has a weak pullout game, and I got 3 kids and raised all 3 of them, and I'm proud of all 3 of them. That, you know, to me, a lot of when those type of conversations come up is usually when kids are having kids. Now, I was young when I had my first, but you know, that conversation is if 2 people lay down together and you're going to, you know, it takes 2. But ultimately, the woman has to carry, you know, the baby for 9 months. It should be her decision, in my opinion. It's her decision because it's her body that's going to have to go through that violation in that aspect. But once the kid is here, then it's you have to take responsibility for your actions as a man. So I feel that you know, once you lay down with the person, you already made a decision, because everybody know if you have sex, it's an opportunity you're gonna have a child.
Exactly.
So
and that's what I was trying to tell my aunt. And this coming from a woman, she do not think babies should be put on men. She said men shouldn't the government, she's saying, should not be involved in making a man take care of a child that he may or may not have wanted. You know, that's her whole thing. I'm like, if you're a decent person, the government won't be involved. You know, we do have some malicious and facetious people on both end, men and women. I'm not making this a sexist thing, but she's saying that the government should not have to make you take care of your child. And if it comes to the point where the government get involved, I said, yeah, but that's part of the plan. That's what they do. That's what they do.
I mean, yeah,
I got a tall tale for you.
All right, I'm in for all your stories, Lee. Go ahead.
My tall tale, I was told, say about a few years ago, about the deadbeat dad, the deadbeat men. That's why the Klan was made, to capture deadbeat black men.
Nah.
Yeah.
You know good damn well.
Trust me. The Klan was not made. They was worried about deadbeat black men.
I said, really? So, wow.
It definitely was not worried about that.
I know that was a tale. We know that was a tale.
You going in and out now, Lou. You sound like a robot. But we all know that is a tall tale. Because back then, let's be honest, in my grandmother's days, and back then, the men were with the family when they could. The men were, back then you saw men in the household. Women just wasn't having babies by themselves. It was more family and togetherness back then than it is now. What do you think about that, Rodney?
Well, we had a conversation about this also. But the government has always tried to take the black male out of the family. Even when it came to jails, even welfare, when welfare was first started, you could not have a male living in your house to get welfare, to get assistance from the government.
That's right.
They actually did checks to make sure that there was no black male in your household to receive assistance. And I mean, it's all, in my opinion, it's always been, a lot of these things that we deal with today are things that were instituted 30 years ago, 40 years ago.
No. 50, 60, 70 years ago. It was institution way back. It was all a trap, a plan, though, to help break down the diaspora of the black people family. Back in the 70s, that movie Claudine with James Earl Jones, that movie 50 years old, with James Earl Jones and I can't think of the beautiful black lady, Diane Carroll.
Mm-hmm.
They used to come to their people's houses, welfare checks, used to check your appliances. It wasn't enough to ask you how much money you got, but they would come to your home, and if they see anything new, they would want to know where you got it from. They used to do real welfare checks, where the welfare people come to your house and you gotta hide stuff. Now, if they find out a black man gave you something, you get deductions from your benefits, whatever they was giving you. Oh, that's a trip. They come in your house and say, oh, that's a TV. Oh, that's a new TV. Deductions. Come on now. Anytime the government gives you something, a handout, they're giving you with one hand and taking back with the other. Be careful with that. And they still doing it today.
Yeah, it wasn't just that. It was, all they had to do was see some men's slippers in there. You wasn't getting but $41. In Pennsylvania in the 70s, you wasn't getting but $41 every 2 weeks. And maybe $59 in food stamps for a single person. But but when they came in and checked the closet and looked under the bed to see if you had a new wig, your ass was deducted.
Everything, deductions.
Absolutely.
I mean And just listening to y'all talk about how, I mean, just hearing about how men trap women, women trap men, men do it to women too. They trap them.
Yeah, I said
this.
that.
I had to referee. I refereed one. I did. I actually refereed it. All right.
Well,
and when I say referee, I was right there.
Wife. I'll tell you that right now. I definitely trapped my wife.
You trapped her?
Oh yeah, Since high school, I was plotting on that. I was getting that. Yeah, now I put 3 babies in there and she stayed too. Still here. I ain't letting it go. So yeah, I trapped my wife. I admit
it. That's cute.
This mug was engaged in sex, took the condom off and went. I said, foul play, illegal motion. Put your uniform back on.
Put your uniform back on.
We ain't doing
that. We was dating in high school. I did the thing and talked into how uncomfortable condoms were and this, that, and the other. Yeah, I went that whole speech route. Trust me, I got, I told her. I talked her into it, and after a while, she was like, you don't have to use the condom. I was like, my pullout game is good, and then, that thing
No, your pullout game was some ish.
My pullout game was weak, so, it's all good, but I love my kids, and everything is, everything's good, but I mean, to go back to the topic, I just wanted to say that for, me personally, in looking at the Black culture, and we talked about music today and how the artists are talking about pop this, do that, and most of these artists are married and they're still talking about, giving up their body or then how independent they are, leaving them in minutes, but then if their husband is cheating or this, that, and the other, they stick with them, but they're telling everybody else to leave their man. Independent. So I still feel that music today and even the government has something to do with that because that's all they play. They're not playing the artists who are talking about being faithful, going, being good, like I don't know if you're familiar with an artist called Kodak, who takes his on every project. And he's not played, he's being played now. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Lee.
I'm just trying to understand at what point do we take responsibility, accountability for what we do? I mean, I'm not saying the government is absolutely right in anything they do. They need to stay out of our homes. But what comes out of our mouths is what comes out of our mouth. I was in a conversation just as far as making America great again, and that all of this stuff needs to happen. It's happening, like
kind of broke up for me. I don't know if y'all can hear.
Yes, you breaking up, Lee. Sounding like she might have to go back outside. I want to introduce Kiani. Just came on. Kiani, say good morning to everybody. Rodney, this is Kiani. Kiani, this is Rodney. Kiani is a local businessman in the area. Good morning, Kiani. Kiani, well.
How's everybody doing?
There we go.
I'm sorry about that. Yes, I'm sorry about that. I just left the gym.
Okay. You not tell everybody about your muscles and your swollenness.
Yeah, I'm trying to look like Shamar Moore, Blair Underwood.
Did you hear any of what we were talking about?
No, I'm sorry. What is the topic?
Well, we were going back and rehashing. It's Tall Tale Thursdays. And Rodney was bringing up the topic that we talked about on Tuesdays. Rodney, would you reiterate what you were saying about the music and society, which you just said for Kiani, please?
Yeah, well, I was saying that the music and everything that's being played today and being hyped on the as far as the radio and this, that, and the other, is all about, you know, selling sex, black women as sexual objects, or you're independent, you don't need a man. If he's not there, don't, you know, leave him, or this, that, and the other. When all these artists who are doing these things are married and they're with their husbands, even if they cheat, even if they didn't, you know, one, you know, Cardi B has a big thing with, you know, she's making music, and it's all, you know, all this stuff about, you know, popping your pussy. I don't know if I'm allowed to say what the rating is for the show, though, you know, but you know, popping your pussy, this, that, and the other. But she's married, and you know, and then she's in, you know, and she's not making music. The music that people who are making the positive music about black marriage and black love are not being played on the radio. The people who are making the music about popping the pussy and leaving your man, that's what's being played on the radio. So that's what, you know.
Fact. The devil is a liar. We're gonna get it back.
That is entertainment. It's not for to be taken and to go by law. Lee, what were you saying about us thinking for ourselves? Because I agree with that.
I mean, at some point, well, I was gonna come back on because y'all couldn't hear me. I was gonna say, damn it, the government thought I was gonna say something. But we have to be held accountable for what we also do, even though the method of music has deteriorated from love to everything that's supposed to be biblical. And each and every last one of us are in defiance. So we're all going to come up short. We already know this, but we still have to be held accountable for what we do. The government can't run us if we don't let them.
Yeah, you're right about that. You're right.
We fear a lot of things, and we're easy targets because we don't stand behind each other.
Yeah, you're right about that.
We'll give our own away where they will not. They will not give theirs away. I mean, R. Kelly's still in jail. Where's Harvey Weinstein? At home still?
You're right.
All of them go to Venezuela. They still alive, but we kill ours. We give ours away.
You sounding like a robot again, baby.
Yeah, they watching you.
Yeah, Lee, you might.
Mm-hmm.
You're
doing a robot again.
The phone system, you got that government. You on that the government phone. Your job gave you that phone.
Yeah, you on the AI. It's something good. But anyway, yeah, she is right. I think if we stand together and kind of back off on everything, because what we do is first of all, the rap music is very dangerous. I mean, they talking about steal your mama car and go to the mall. Why? So I think things need to change. Not only that, it's degrading. Everything's degrading. How they talk, how they maneuver, take somebody's jewelry, you know, rob somebody's grandmother, you know, steal the car at church. It's just so much negativity that these young kids, they are 15, 16, 17 on a second grade reading level, talking about they want new Jordans and what they're going to do tomorrow. So you are right. The music has to change. Used to be smooth jazz, used to be afros, everybody together. Now, I mean, everybody want fake nails. It's just so much. I mean, I don't mind it. I don't mind the nails, the hair, I don't mind it. But it's like, nobody wants to be real no more. You have to put eyelashes on. The girl got one eyelash on. I'm like, yeah, what you put that too? But anyway,
I do got a question. Who started the 6-inch eyelash thing? Because whoever started that, I can't stand it. That's just my opinion.
So they just it's probably with some man at home, some drag queen, because a lot of stuff comes from we get a lot of designs and stuff from the drag queen culture, and I've seen it because I've been in it. I'm still in it. You know, I've seen it hang out, and they could beat face like nobody business makeup, and it's fascinating how they transform. And women are standing in line, oh, make me beautiful too, make me beautiful, because they think that idea, whatever idea of beauty. But I want to go back to what you guys were saying about the movie, the style, and the culture. This is just my beliefs, not the beliefs of the Morning Mac Show. Me, Molly, or nobody else. That's my super producer, by the way. Molly Mall, C Moss. I gotta always plug that, because that's my man and everything. But going back, I think it starts with pride in one's self. I think because if you know who you are, you have pride and love in yourself. When I was coming up, we had a different way. We was always fighting, games, guns, and all of that, but it wasn't on the disrespectful level. If we out there, we cussing, we didn't want adults to hear us cussing. We teenagers. And if you standing on the sidewalk, you will move out the way so that the adults can get by, so that the mamas and the grandmamas can get by. If they're carrying groceries, we help them with their groceries, not blocking their way. Oh, you old bitch, go around me. And then snatching their grocery. What you got in there? We wasn't doing that. The disrespect is off the chain. They are desensitized by these video games. They desensitized by all of this AI.
Don't talk about video games. Hold on, no.
Wait a minute, but a lot of kids, Grand Theft Auto was one. If you don't tell your child this is just a game, you better not go out there, steal no car, throw no bombs, call nobody no hoe, and stop blasting that music like that. These kids will watch entertainment and take it and apply it to their everyday living life. And that's where a lot of
that we did that. Superman, Batman, but we had common sense.
That's what I'm talking about. They gotta know entertainment. We be like, pow, pow. We fighting pow. Now people are picking up guns and going pow, 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 pow. Easily, smooth, without any conscience. I notice when you are not around people and you're dealing with computers, games, whatever, all the time, it goes through people's senses. We need to know how to come back as a community and deal with one another sometimes. AI is fantastic if you use it for what it is used for. But people is using it for everyday life. They got computers, and AI is going to be your partners. Pretty soon, ain't going to be no use for no man and woman getting together because everything going to be computerized.
No, you're right. Everything right now, everything on virtual. You know, the movies, the videos on YouTube, you don't know what's real. The alien on top of the house, smoking a blunt with coffee. You're like, is it real? You don't know. You don't know what's real. So, it's crazy. So Joe Biden riding the bike, he fell down. You don't know if it's real or not.
Oh, was that true?
I don't know. You don't know. It's just so much. And then you watch the award show, Sam Cooke. He got fire coming out from his mouth. The demons on top of him. They all dressed in red. It's getting pretty scary now. Halloween. Home Depot got a Halloween section already. It's just crazy. It's demonic force and not only music, but it's in the food too. People fighting at Popeyes over a chicken sandwich. Sandwich.
Hey guys, you're not gonna believe this, but in the 70s, I don't know if y'all have seen this little movie, but there was a movie called The Stuff. It was yogurt.
Yeah.
It started.
Gary Morrison was in it. Yeah.
And
I ain't never seen that.
Right now, that
it wasn't in the 70s. It was in the 80s.
When I get up, was that the 80s?
It was in the 80s. The early 80s. Gary Morris was the star.
Kids. What was that?
We can't hear you. Your Wi-Fi. Yeah, go to McDonald's. Your Wi-Fi. Yeah, go to Starbucks. You got to do something.
But it's the same thing. See,
what y'all can't hear what she's saying. It was a movie back in the 80s called The Stuff. STUFF. And what happened was it was an asteroid that crashed to Earth, right? And it oozed out this white foamy stuff. And when you eat it, it would eat up and take over your mind. Garrett Morris was the crier telling everybody, look out for the stuff. Don't eat the stuff. Don't eat the stuff. And they was putting stuff in everything. People just was going crazy eating the stuff. The stuff was taking over because it was an alien life form. We're taking over the people's mental. And then they got Garrett Morris at the end. He started doing the commercial for the stuff. And she's saying that it's kind of like that, what they put in the food, whatever alien technology is making them be able to Xerox and copy food, that when we eat it, it's taking over our mind, it's control our mind. And I do believe the chem strips in the air, the jet fumes, and the stuff that we're doing to the environment, like in Black Dynamite. You remember the power of the man? Y'all seen Black Dynamite? That's more recent. And you remember it was in the malt liquor, and what it was.
Yeah, they got something on Netflix. Jamie Foxx did called Clone Tyrone.
They clone Tyrone. Yes, I've seen that. That's right now today.
And if you look, when you go to Hip Hop Chicken, they got that white substance they put on the chicken.
They call that lemon pepper, Kiani.
No, it's more than lemon pepper. It's fight your mama, kick somebody in the face, rob them pepper. It's dangerous. That's powder. That's the stuff that's on Tyrone. That's what we're talking about. That's exactly what it is. It's at Hip Hop Chicken. It's everywhere. It's at Popeyes. It's at McDonald's. It's at Wendy's. It's at Arby's.
Started messing up.
Oh, can you hear me now?
Lee coming back.
Yeah, I can hear you now. You start as soon as you started preaching that, as soon as you said that, you started messing up. I'm starting to worry something really going on.
We gotta pray.
They listening to the show. I'm blocked off of Facebook now because I said something yesterday. I don't know what I said.
Yeah. Hey man, I trust me. I've seen it. They got it. So I am a gamer. That's why I told you to stay away from games. I am a gamer. So yeah, they got new AI now that as soon as you say something on it, they'll block you no matter what. They trying to stop anything, but this man, they trying to stop bullying on the game and stuff like that. So at least that's what they say.
Well, see, but you a gamer. You're an old head gamer. You're not. And what I mean, I don't mean no disrespect, Rodney. What I mean by you were in the generation, you knew how game progressed to today, what games are today. Not like a 15 to 20-year-old who PS3, that's all they had. You know what I'm saying? You progressed in how Atari was. So you know how it was before all of this high-tech AI, right? We deal differently because we know where it comes from. But these kids nowadays, the ones that you said don't even know how to read, Kiani, and spell their name, they see is biblical to them. Did you know Grand Theft Auto? That's life. That's on everything to them. And those are the ones that's 12-year-old, 13-year-old that's jacking, not knowing how to driving from Grand Theft Auto, crashing in and stuff. They're getting younger and younger.
But listen to this. They coming out with New Jersey Drive series. So they want to instill to the kids how to steal more cars. Why? Yeah. The movie's old. Car thefts is up. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, you'll keep a K9 and a preacher next to your car all day long. It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense what we going through and how we living. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, the best thing everybody do, we need to get chips from China, put in our car, say steal a car, we show up, get our car. It's sad. And that's what we got to do. You know what I'm saying? But right now, you need a preacher and a K9 at your car all times. That's the only way you're going to make it nowadays. Wow. It's sad. It's sad.
Let's say good morning to the people. Can y'all see who's in the house? Good morning, Molly. Good morning, Kenneth. A. Diggs is with us this morning. Hey, y'all. And what the comments are on the side. Rodney, I don't know if you can see the comments on the side, but anyone free to read the comments because I got what they call low vision. But I try to still be seeing and looking and seeing what I'm seeing.
I don't see any comments, unfortunately.
You don't see, you got to click on comments. Or is that what he click on? It says, Molly said, I don't believe in abortions. Okay. Molly said only Biden fans talk like that, Lee. So whatever Lee talking, only Molly said only Biden fans talk like that. Okay. They only play and push negative music. Okay, Molly said that they only play and push negative music on the kids today. Those are the thoughts. You know, these are his thoughts, which I agree. Kenneth said humanization is lost. I do believe that too, Kenneth. Kenneth is also saying detoxification is needed. Yes, we need to detox or pull back off of some of this AI stuff because it's controlling everything. It's controlling us now. Look at Kiani and Lee going in and out, and it probably freeze up because they're controlling all of that because we are on their networks. We depend on them so much that we need, you know, the old way. Kitty said, Mac show is live. Stop voting them devils into office. Amen, Molly. We got the power, but nobody believes that. Do you know it's the people, the quote unquote, what they call the poor people that runs America, that runs this capitalistic society that we're in, because we are the big spenders. Because we would give our last to get some J's or some Jordans to keep the rich rich. That's why the poor people prey on us and need us so they can stay rich. Because the rich people ain't selling to other rich people. No, because the poor people, they, you know, that's capitalism at its finest. Thank you, America. Lee Anderson, good morning to the Morning Max show. And he said carjacking 101. Yep. Rodney, what you say about that? What Kiani said about carjacking, that you need a preacher and a dog by your what the preacher gonna do, Kiani?
Listen, he gonna pray, make sure the car's protected, and everything will be all right for the day. Because it's sad nowadays. And then not only the theft is up, but it's on TikTok how to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's getting crazy now. It's crazy. It's getting crazy.
Kiani, is this what I'm hearing you saying, that we're teaching a criminal how to be a criminal? Is that what you're saying?
Listen, they doing it. And guess what? You might get a coupon.
Rodney, did you hear what he just said?
Yeah, I've seen it. Yeah, I know exactly what he's talking about. He's absolutely right. It is. You can go and Google it right now. How to steal a car, and they'll show you frame from frame how to do it.
They tell you everything. They tell you how to wipe it down with alcohol when you finish. They give you all the whole details. Which gas station to go to. They tell you everything. You be like, good God. It's sad nowadays.
Now that's right up there with making an explosive device. If they need to find out who's Googling such information, because if you were making an explosive device and AI can pinpoint everything, maybe they can stop some stuff before it happens. Or maybe it won't happen, because nowadays, I don't know, is that too much of the government being in people's personal business? I don't know, because that should not be on the internet. I can't say certain words, but you can put on the internet how to steal a motor vehicle.
Well, think about it. Look at all the shootings in DC and Maryland. It's so much shootings, and ain't nobody been caught. Ain't nobody been caught. Just every day somebody's getting, somebody's dying, and I'm thinking about buying a funeral home. That's sad.
Oh, mortuary science. Oh, that is where the money is. It's very lucrative, especially since the pandemic, which that's getting ready to come back again. People still dying every day. Mortuary science, running a funeral home, funeral director, is big business. Big business.
It is. You're right. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, COVID. You're right. Stuff coming back. It's what it is. People scratching their butt. They smell it, and then not washing their hands. There's a whole bunch of germs going around. They doing it.
Am I right? They always been doing it. What it is, they open the shit back up, and people are congregating in large crowds again, like in the schools. It's going bad through the schools again. I know I have people in healthcare field, and I see it going in. They're getting ready to make all government personnel come back to the office And when everybody get back in mass quantity, when the herd get back together, it's going to start breaking out again and getting sick. Boom, 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 boom. Then it's going to be the masses all over again.
You're right. Yeah. Well, it's really. I mean, we all know who father really is, but I ain't gonna lie. Other countries, they do eat everything. They eat elephant foot. I mean, they eating them squirrel tongue. They eat everything. So I think that's hurting us. It's part of it too. But like I told you, it's just a whole bunch of people sleeping with the dog in the bed.
Did that.
Sleep with the cat, the bird. I mean, it's getting crazy now. I mean, but what I noticed is in DC, the kids walk to school. I'm like, where's the school buses at? Why are the kids? What are the buses? Why are they walking?
It's a bus shortage.
Everywhere in the world has buses, but DC. Now, how's that? That don't sound right to me.
There's a bus shortage in PG County. I'm dealing with that with my kids. There's a bus shortage. Yeah, because bus drivers don't want to, do that, especially in high schools, because the kids off the chain. And then the other thing is that
they might steal the bus.
The older kids. So the older bus drivers have to deal with this, like you said, they're getting COVID or getting sick from these kids, and it's not worth it to them. The people that used to drive the buses are usually, the people who are retired or people who's doing on the side, stuff like that. And now it's become not worth it because the kids are too off the chain. Like at Suitland High School, the kid walked up on the bus and tried to shoot a kid on the bus. When that stuff,
oh my God,
that stuff is happening. Luckily, the gun jammed, but he definitely did that. But I mean, it's a kid that got killed at Duval. Yeah, a couple days ago
on Tuesday.
So,
yeah,
bus drivers don't want to, drive the buses. It's not worth it. Their life is worth more than what they're being paid to drive buses.
Not only the public school buses, but Metro's finding that's happening with the Metro bus driver too. Because my friend drives for Metro. And he said the type of the X busted that. Y'all know that's a bad area. They be on there fighting and stuff, and they be like, bus driver. And all he can say, look, I'm trying to live. I'm trying to get y'all back to where y'all need to be. I ain't breaking up no fights. I ain't getting into nothing. He trying to, because it's dangerous.
It is.
One time I rode a bus, this young man got on the bus, and the bus driver told him the fare, and the nigga said, so what? What? It sat down. And bus driver was like, okay, what you gonna do? If the people don't,
and if they do something, they'll get fired because the bus company's not gonna back them up in any way. If they do something, they'll be fired because if they got in a fight or whatever the case may be, even with them defending themselves becomes an issue. So they have to stay away from it, because the bus company is not going to help them. Now
that time, you remember when that lady threw that pee on that bus driver, and he jumped up, and, man.
Yeah,
I would have punched her. I would have knocked her out too. That was disgusting. A female display. They say a man shouldn't hit a woman, but she was not a woman. That was not a lady. You want to take your urine and throw it on somebody? What?
Yeah, these women out here, they go too far with it. Hit me, do it. I'm like, calm down now. Nobody gonna hit you, man. Nobody gonna do none of that.
You know what you need to do? Hold on, let me call my sister. Because everybody got a sister, friend, or somebody that's about that life. They can't wait to get in there and get in the fight. I never liked your girlfriend anyway. Let me get her, Keon. Let me get her. You call me if she get out of pocket. Instead of calling 911, you call your sister. Like Reese, come over here. She acting up. She starting to act up. I see a fight brewing. I'm on my way, bro. I'm on my way. And then your girlfriend walking around the house and she, look, your sister did like, and what? What was you saying to my brother earlier? When we start clapping, it's on. And what? And
that's like what they do. You're right. That's like what they do. You're right. That crazy DC talk they do.
Rodney, wait a minute. Hold up. She getting out of pocket, Rodney. Hold up.
Nah, I'm gonna say this. I told my wife, I was like, look, as long as we marry, you'll never lose a fight in front of me. So I'm gonna let you know. If you start fighting and you start losing, I'm whooping her ass. I don't care. I'm jumping right up.
Get up. And you better protect your wife. Your wife is my friend. You better protect her.
I told my kids the same thing. I said, guess what? You'll never lose a fight in front of me. Because if I ever see you fight, I don't care if he's 3. I knocked that little boy out.
You can't do that, Rodney. You can't knock no 3-year-old out.
Yeah, you got to protect the kids. You got to, because later on they're gonna say something. Look, Dad, you let him do me like that.
You be like, hold up, where's your daddy? Then you go to the parent. Then you take that up with the parents. Those type of altercations. You don't hurt the child because the child don't know no better.
I ain't saying I was going to hurt the child, but I'm saying he ain't going to lose the fight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's true.
Hurt the child, but he ain't going to lose that fight. I ain't going to let that child. I ain't going to let that kid keep on hitting my kid. You better believe that.
Yeah, that's true.
I might give him a little hip bump, knock him over or something. You know, that's all. So I ain't gonna say I'm gonna punch him in the face, but hey, I'm just saying, ain't nobody losing. Ain't nobody in my household losing a fight in front of me. That's how it works.
Molly, do you got that little short that we did on the show a couple days ago when the little boy was picking with the man daughter, and right in front of the man, the little boy pushed the girl, and the man was smacking everybody. He was in line. He was like, Tracy! He was smacking everybody at the cookout. That was hilarious. Everybody came up to him was getting smacked. He was protecting his dog. He just everybody. That was funny. That was quite comical.
You know,
but there's other way to handle disputes and altercations other than using physical violence. Okay,
absolutely right. I'm not saying I'm lucky enough. I've never had to do anything like that, but I'm just saying because we talked about if your wife getting jumped, are you supposed to jump in? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely. If my wife getting jumped,
anybody in their family get jumped.
But because it's the whole thing. Don't hit women. If it's 3 girls fighting your wife, do you jump in? I was like all 3 and be knocked out immediately. I wouldn't even hesitate.
Rodney, first thing you do is you protect your wife, get her to safety. Get her to say, pull her out of that equation. Protect her by getting her away from the heat. Then you can go back and handle them broads. But protect my friend. Make sure you get my friend to safety first. Okay?
She won't have to go nowhere because they're gonna be asleep. But
Rodney, protect my friend first. Get her away from that drama, the equation. Then you can go back to handle business. Get her to safety, okay?
Yes, ma'am. I got you.
That's what I'm saying.
She'll be safe while they're sleeping comfortably. It's all good. Just talking. We can talk about something else. It's all right.
You can go, look, Keon. What do you say about that? Now, let me ask you a question. Now, do it just go for your wife or do it go for any female in distress? Like, say if I'm out there and somebody, and you know me, both of y'all know me, and y'all see them girls trying to jump me. Do you break in, or do you say, let me see what Reese could do? Let me see if she can handle herself.
If they're jumping you, well, I'm gonna say it this way. I'm gonna give an actual real life thing. So I used to manage restaurants, and I had an incident where a man was putting his hand on a woman, and I went up and intervened and told her. I said, look, if you're gonna leave with him, then I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm gonna walk away. But if you want to leave right now safely, I got you. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, yo, so just let me know what's up. And the guy was all, he's all talking to me as I'm talking to her. And I was like, look, dog, I'm not gonna fight you unless you put hands on me, but I'm not gonna let you put hands on her in front of me. So it's that simple. When I told her, I said, now if you're gonna leave with him, then both of y'all need to leave. And if you want to go somewhere safely, go ahead, I got you. And I left it like that, and she ended up leaving. So I don't know what happened after that, but I'm not gonna let somebody, if I'm there and I know them or whatever the case may be, I'll intervene. Now, if we sitting there and Reese, I love you to death, but you go up to some woman and spit in her face, and then she starts whipping your ass, then I'm gonna leave that be. I ain't gonna help you. You know what I'm saying? If you started it is one thing, but if you in distress because of something else, then these 3 women came out of nowhere and started jumping you, then yeah, I would jump in. But if you went over there and started some fight with some woman and then ended up getting your ass whipped, then I would just stand back. I'd be like, hey,
that's different. I wouldn't even expect nobody to, to get in like that. But Keani, I know you have my back whether I started or not, right?
Yeah, hold on now. If you heard him, if you started now, I mean, I guess I got to talk to you afterwards and a little bit before,
Afterwards, you gonna
but
talk to me afterwards.
yeah, I'm gonna jump in. I mean, I'm a leg sweep, I'm an uppercut. I mean, elbow in the back. I'm gonna do all that stuff. But I mean, I'm gonna try to break it up smoothly. But I know them girls, they don't like to stop. They want to keep going. So you gotta knee them in the face a couple of times and say, "Please sit down in the corner." But
Knee him in the face.
yeah. Sometimes you got to do the real. You got to do the real off the movies. Jump off the wall punch. I mean, that's all people know. They know pain. They know that. They'll stop. Okay, all right.
You got Molly cracking down. No, you got knee him in the face a couple of times and say, "Please."
Yeah, I'm for no, because the whole point is everything is it's not a drill no more. You talking about real fighting. It's not a drill. We ain't talking about play fighting. We talking about somebody can get hurt.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And you go to hospital, ain't no good no more. They want to know your name, your insurance. You got broken. It's too much now. So once you get in that character, it's not a drill. So yeah, somebody gonna get hurt. And then that's when, guess what? We can't fight for free. So you got to give some of your money out your wallet because you causing a stir. So you got to get beat up and get your money taken. And we don't like to steal. So we're going to ask you nicely. Thank you for the fight. So I think that's part of it.
Your car and get the preacher and the dog. Get the preacher to pray for you and then stick the dog on.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Because don't forget, when you fight, your shirt get messed up, your jewelry. So that's where the money comes from, out your wallet. But anyway, that fighting stuff ain't right. Because it come back on you. But yeah, these girls, they jump you. Right? I seen people get jumped. I seen all types of stuff. I remember I was over there off Northeast by the Denny's, and right there in traffic, two guys had the guy put his hands behind his head. They took his money, his shoes, everything in front of everybody, and nobody did nothing about it.
Was it daylight?
Yes, it was daylight. Yes,
all daylight, and they in traffic.
I couldn't do nothing. He was too far away, and it was just standstill traffic. It was like 4:30 or something.
And they was robbing somebody in traffic. People are still at large today, aren't they? People don't know. Police don't know who did it, huh?
Man, the police don't know. They part of it too. Brooklyn Finest. You seen the movie? They part of it too. So I mean, there's too much violence going on. But yeah, that jumping stuff is not cool. But it's going on everywhere. I've been seeing it. Like I said, I've seen it 3 or 4 times at the club. You saw the video with the chair and the guy swimming up. The white people trying to jump to security guard. So it's just it's sad nowadays. But I ain't gonna lie. They tried to jump me one time too, but I was moving like Steven Seagal, thank God, and they didn't get me. I did a couple punches, couple kicks. I got away.
Wait a minute, Keanu. That's why you going to the gym to get swole to protect your back, right?
Yeah, twice somebody tried to do me like that, but they didn't know.
You do martial arts?
Yeah, through Jesus, I sure do.
Oh,
yeah. I sure do. Yeah, yeah.
You don't know hot karate. You know hallelujah. He said through Jesus.
Yeah.
See, God, do you hear this?
There you go. It kicks in when stuff like that happen. You know what I'm saying? Your senses kick in. You know what I'm saying? It just everything kicks in all at once. If you got to get home for the night, that's what my mom keep telling me. I got to get home for tonight.
That's I tell my kids that all the time too, man. Just make sure you make it home. Don't even worry about because in high school they doing that all the time. They jumping people and this, that, and the other everywhere. And especially luckily my daughter, she switched to a better high school. But I picked her up one day and they had this group fight out in the middle of the thing, out in the middle of the street. They go across the street because if you do it on school grounds, then they can do something about it. But if it's right across the street, the school can't do nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
Right across the street and start fighting. And it was group. It was at least 20 people just going, jumping in that fight. And as Christian as I am, I'm not jumping in there to stop that. No, I'm not jumping in between 20 people. I don't care. That's my daughter in there, but she wasn't. She was in the car. We was leaving. So, hey, other than that, Yeah, I can't deal with that. But I mean, it's crazy how, and you know, and of course, all the kids are filming it and putting it on Instagram.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. They're recording it and think it's cool and stuff. I'm like, how's it cool? I mean, how's it cool that he's lip busted, he bleeding, he can't eat tonight? And what's funny about that?
You know? I mean, it's sad, but that's what happens nowadays. I mean, there is
the bathroom and try to do it in the bathroom too.
Oh yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
Somebody they're recording. I want to fight you. You want to fight me? Boom, let's go. And then you got somebody recording it, and the next thing you know, it's out there, and
yeah. Somebody lied. It's always somebody lied. It's always jealousy.
He say, she say.
Yeah.
She want to fight me.
Mm-hmm.
You want to fight me? That's just like Rodney said, I want to fight Kiani. And that's Kiani. Rodney said he want to fight you. And Kiani said, okay, let's go. Rodney, Kiani said, let's go.
Rodney is a retired fighter. I don't, I'm only doing it for my family.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
I'm not fighting for nobody. I got you. I'm messing around, but I'm just saying, I don't want no parts of no fights. I'm good.
Yeah, me either. I'll do that fighting stuff. I'm a lover.
Yeah, I pray every day.
We know you a lover, Mr. Smooth. He already talk like he a lover. Hey, baby, what's up? What you doing?
Yeah, I'm a lover. Do no fight. I ain't gonna lie. Listen, one time, this guy, they tried to fight me. It's like 2012. He tried to fight me because basically it was two twins, and I messed with one, and he was meant to mess with the other one. But he was in and out of jail, whatever. So he tried to fight me. I forgot what it was. I said, spell infinite intelligence and I'll fight you. And he never spelled it. And I said, all right, I gotta go then. And he couldn't say nothing after that. Everybody's like, ooh. I said, yep, it's time to I'm going home. And we never did fight, because I told him, spell infinite intelligence, we gonna fight. Because I'm like, nuh-uh, cut this out. I'm about intelligence. Huh?
He was struggling with the word.
He was struggling. He was speechless. He didn't say a word after that. Matter of fact, he ran off. I'll never forget. He ran off.
He ran off and got his phone to Google. What is?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so I don't play around. I get you. Yeah, I get you quick, man, for sure. And then we was in Atlanta, and I was with my jury. You know what I'm saying? So we in Atlanta. I went to the bathroom. The guy coming in. We robbing tonight. I said, my team robbing too tonight. And I walked off. He didn't say nothing, and that was it.
Team is robbing too. What?
I said, my team robbing too tonight. So I'm like, I know how to talk to you. And he didn't say nothing. And I left out the bathroom, and that was it. The rest of the night, you all had a good night. Yeah. Yeah, we both. Yeah, we both getting down.
And you just kept walking.
That's it. Looking good.
I hope you wasn't there with no date.
No, of course, no. I was with some fellas. That's what I'm trying to tell them. We all gonna get it in tonight. Yeah, you don't know.
And he walked out the door. We robbing tonight. You like, we robbing too.
Yeah. We let you know. We give the same energy you giving out. You talking about Holy Ghost, we talking about Holy Ghost. Whatever you want to talk about, we're gonna talk about it.
Oh man. I wonder if that. I would have loved to see that happen. Everybody probably would have left after that. I would have been cracking. Everybody was like, "This is a comedy show." He done came out the headliner that came out the bathroom.
Yeah, and then I grew up in Oklahoma, and so the white guy, he said, "Nigger." I said, I got better dick than you, and your mama fantasized about me.
Wow.
He didn't say a word. He didn't say nothing.
Damn.
Listen, I got to get these people. You got to get them. You got to get them for God. You got to get them for the people who didn't make it. You got to get them for the people that were scared to say something. So I'm the spokesperson. I'm ready to talk it up.
Look, Rodney, and Kiani, you don't got this book yet, but Rodney got it. Look, I'm gonna be the spokesperson for this book right there. When you crack it open and start reading, y'all gonna see a lot of stuff in here. This is a fictional book, but it's based off of true stuff. Meaning, I got a lot of the ideas and a lot of stories that not only in this book, but the next book to come. The next book is wilder than this one. So, Rodney, when you read this book, know that the next book is worse. I mean, hold on to your seats because that got more of a details. That's more of a woo shades of blue. You see that storm? Y'all got to get that. Yeah, I need y'all to be the spokesperson, for it. Try my product, see that it's good, and say, you know what, that was some good stuff.
Absolutely.
That was some good stuff. That's what I'm trying to.
The tequila you pulled out at the comedy show, that I took a drink of that. That ended my night. I ain't remember nothing after that. I was happy when I got home. I was like, good Lord. I was like, I never
drink titty juice, Kiani.
I never drink that
juice again. See me do that trick.
You talking about that blue drink?
No. It's what I do in one of my acts. Rodney said, "Can I get some of that titty juice? Give me a shot of that titty juice."
Oh,
this is real. I said, "This is more real to get you lit."
I need some myself. Yeah, I need it.
Him and his wife took a shot, and Rodney was like, "What happened?"
I need some of that. I want extra nipple in mine.
I don't know what was in there, but I definitely, after I drunk that, I was lit. I was like, oh man, hold on, let me slow down a little bit. I was lit. Good times.
We did have a good time Saturday, intimate crowd. But look, let me tell y'all where to find me coming up next. The next time I will be at Tokyo Pearl in DuPont Circle down on Connecticut Avenue. This is a upcoming flash show. Tokyo Pearl, September 29th. First time at 7. Go to Eventbrite. Then on the 30th, I'm going to be at the Women of Go-Go. I'm sorry. I am a queen in Go-Go. That movement, we got to push it on the 30th. That's going to be in Lower Maryland. And on the 2nd of October, I'll be in Columbia at Busboys and Poets. But I really want you all to come and participate on November the 5th at Arlington Draft House. Dave Carter has the Just Call My Name tour featuring the girl. So that's going to be off the chain November the 5th. But I will keep you guys posted. Like, comment, share, love, share this with your friends so they can be friends. And if we can be friends and they can be friends, they can bring their friends and we can keep this thing going. Rodney, you got anything to leave them with?
Yeah, you can check me out on all platforms at dad_mentality. You can check me out YouTube, Instagram, Facebook. Send me a message. Please follow and like. Thank you.
Kiani, where my businessman at?
I'm right here. Kiani Thomas. You can reach me at Edible Bongs on Instagram. That's Edible, then Bongs, BONGS. And you can call me 202-701-4295. We can talk about everything.
You heard me? This has been another edition of the Morning Mac Show. Peace. We love you. Rodney, you coming back, Rodney?
Absolutely. I'll be back.
He said he'd be back. Boom. And I know Kiani will be back. Look, Molly, I got a new supporter. He's going to be a new sponsor of the Morning Mac Show, Molly.